Chosen one, this is not another message meant to inspire you temporarily. This is an announcement, a declaration, a confirmation of something that has already happened in the spirit. Divine approval has been granted over your life, and when God approves a level, nothing on earth has the authority to veto it. This is not a coincidence moment. This is not emotional excitement. This is a marked spiritual shift that changes how favor, access, and provision respond to you from this point forward. You are stepping into a dimension that was never activated by effort alone, but by alignment, endurance, and obedience when no one was watching. Heaven has observed you closely. Your restraint, your faith during lack, your integrity when compromise would have been easier. And now, the verdict has been released. God has approved your next level. This level carries weight. It carries responsibility. It carries resources. And it carries wealth. Not symbolic wealth. Real provision. Real influence. Real expansion. What is opening now does not require permission from people, systems, or circumstances. This approval makes your progress inevitable. Resistance no longer decides your pace. Delay no longer defines your story. When heaven authorizes, reality rearranges. Chosen one, stay with this message until the end. This is not background noise. This is alignment. What you engage with, you authorize. What you agree with, you accelerate. I want you to write your wishes in the comments. I want you to type Amen. Not out of habit, not as tradition, but as agreement. Expression is not symbolism, expression is synchronization. When you speak alignment, you lock your internal frequency with what heaven has already released. That's why liking this message, subscribing, and pressing the hype button is not about support, it is participation. You are signaling readiness. You're saying, I am present. I am receptive. I am aligned. Heaven responds to alignment faster than it responds to effort. Attention opens channels. Declaration stabilizes them. This is not about convincing God. It's about positioning yourself so what has already been approved can land without resistance. You're here because your spirit recognized a signal meant specifically for you. There have been conversations about you that you were never meant to overhear. Angelic reports, divine evaluations, strategic assignments. Heaven has been watching how you handled pressure, silence, disappointment, and delay. There were seasons when it looked like nothing was happening, but heaven was very active. Recently, the tone of those conversations changed. What was once review became confirmation. What was once delay became decision. God issued a final command concerning you, and hear this clearly. When God commands, activation becomes irreversible. The waiting you thought was punishment was actually preparation. You weren't being ignored. You were being fortified. Heaven does not rush what carries weight. And what you are about to carry requires strength, clarity, and discipline. The shift has already occurred. You are no longer in the if phase. You are in the inevitable phase. So many doors closed without explanation. People exited your life suddenly. Money opportunities came close but didn't stay. And you questioned yourself. But God was anchoring your identity before expanding your territory. Abundance without identity destroys people. Wealth without clarity amplifies wounds. God was protecting you from drowning in what you prayed for before you were ready to steward it. This season wasn't about survival. It was about structure. You are being transitioned from chasing provision to managing inheritance. From needing money to directing resources. What felt like isolation was insulation. What felt like loss was reinforcement. God was building capacity so the weight of what's coming wouldn't crush you. Now you're ready. What's about to happen will not be subtle. It will not be gradual enough for people to explain away. This will arrive suddenly, publicly confusing, privately overdue. You fought silent wars no one saw. You carried pressure no one acknowledged. And heaven recorded every moment. This is not luck. This is not coincidence. This is compensation. Restoration with authority attached. God is not blessing you for comfort. He is equipping you for impact. Trickle blessings cannot fund the assignment you carry. That's why this comes as a flood. That's why this comes with millions. Not as temptation, not as distraction, but as confirmation that God has approved your next level and released the resources to sustain it. Chosen one, what is coming to you is not random money and it is not worldly excess. This is divine currency. Heaven keeps records and your obedience has been logged. Your restraint during lack was recorded. The times you chose integrity over shortcuts, forgiveness over bitterness, faith over fear, all of it was counted. This is why what's coming is multiplied. Not because you worked harder than everyone else, but because you stayed aligned when it would have been easier to drift. Wealth at this level is not a reward for hustle alone, it is a response to obedience. This is God-approved payout. And because it carries divine endorsement, it will not carry spiritual debt. You will not lose peace to gain provision. You will not lose clarity to gain comfort. This wealth arrives clean, protected, and purpose-loaded. It is currency meant to move assignments, not inflate ego. That's why it stays. That's why it multiplies. That's why it doesn't destroy you. You were not built in public, and that was intentional. God does not promote what He has not first protected. While others chased visibility, you were being sealed. While others sought applause, you were being refined. You weren't ignored, you were hidden. Because popularity without purpose is dangerous, and exposure without structure collapses people. What's on your life now is not a spotlight, it's a glow. A quiet authority. A presence that doesn't need announcement. This wealth is not for performance, it is for function. It carries assignment. It funds reformation. It restores what systems broke. This is not recreational money. This is reformational resource. You are marked in the secret place so that when you step into visibility, you wouldn't lose yourself to it. You can feel it. The pressure feels lighter. The resistance feels weaker. Even the people who doubted you sense something has changed. Your enemies feel it too, but they can't stop it. Because when God approves a level, His authority overrides all opposition. Favor is no longer theoretical in your life, it is tangible. Doors are opening with inheritance attached. Access is coming with territory included. Conversations are shifting. Rooms are recognizing you. What once required effort now responds to presence. This is not because you changed. It's because the atmosphere around you did. God has gone before you, and what follows is acceleration. Favor doesn't ask for permission. It arrives because heaven authorized it. Dreams you buried for survival are breathing again. Ideas you thought were unrealistic are resurfacing with clarity. Promises you assumed expired are reactivating. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was forgotten. What went dormant was waiting for capacity. And now, capacity has arrived. The millions attached to your life are not the destination, they are the fuel. Heaven is saying, now build it. Build the vision. Build the structure. Build the system. This is momentum that doesn't stall easily because it's backed by divine command. What starts now will move faster than what you've experienced before because it's no longer resisted internally. You are no longer chasing opportunities. Opportunities are locating you. Contracts, land, favor, and access were prepared ahead of time. You are not breaking into rooms anymore. You are the blueprint. You are no longer trying to fit into systems. Systems are adjusting around you. This is an identity shift. You are not pursuing wealth, you are embodying it. And when identity changes, reality follows. What once required effort now responds to alignment. What once felt heavy now feels natural. This is the ease that comes after endurance. This is what happens when God approves your level and removes the need to strive. Chosen one, from this point forward, coincidence is no longer part of your story. What may look accidental on the surface is actually coordinated grace operating with precision. The signs you've been noticing, the sudden connections, the unexpected favor, the perfectly timed conversations, none of it is random. Heaven is moving in alignment with your assignment. Grace is no longer just helping you survive. It is now positioning you to shift systems. You are being guided into places that influence infrastructure, culture, economics, and generational direction. This level was not approved for comfort. It was approved because your obedience qualifies you to rebuild what others broke. God is not elevating you just to bless you. He is elevating you because what you carry can stabilize others. Every step now has intention. Every delay has direction. Every open door has assignment attached. You are being coordinated into impact. Your spiritual sight is sharper now. You can feel when a room is right before anyone speaks. You can sense alignment without explanation. Discernment has replaced desperation. Pressure has been replaced by confirmation. You are no longer forcing access. Access is recognizing you. Rooms that once intimidated you now feel familiar because your authority matches their weight. Doors that were once closed to you are opening without resistance because heaven has already gone ahead of you. You are being seated at tables that shape decisions, not just conversations. This is not ambition, this is positioning. You are walking with clarity, not confusion. Precision has replaced striving. And when you move now, you move with authority that doesn't need to announce itself. You are transitioning from wilderness survival to palace-level influence. This is where wealth functions as velocity, not validation. It accelerates what would have taken decades into years. It funds movement, structure, and reach. The blessing is not the focus, it is the evidence. The long waiting produced endurance, and now comes the explosion. This wealth is activating legacy-minded thinking within you. You are seeing beyond yourself, beyond this moment, beyond personal success. You are thinking in generations, systems, and transformation. What God is releasing through you is meant to ripple outward. This is kingdom influence, quiet, strategic, effective. And because it's God-approved, it will endure. Chosen one. Before God releases resources, He releases revelation. That's why your thoughts have been elevating lately. Ideas are arriving uninvited. Strategies are forming without effort. You are seeing patterns, systems, and structures that didn't make sense to you before. This is not imagination. This is preparation. Heaven always shows you before it supplies you. Vision precedes provision. God is downloading blueprints into your spirit because the deposits coming require direction. Investments, movements, organizations, properties, platforms, they must be stewarded, not guessed at. This is why your mind is sharpening. Your perspective is widening. You are thinking long-term, not impulsively. You are seeing beyond survival into structure. These downloads are proof that provision is near. God never gives vision without intent to fund it. And the millions attached to your life are already aligned with what you are being shown now. Point one of the clearest signs of divine synchronization is peace. Not excitement. Not adrenaline. Not urgency. Peace. The calm settling into your spirit is heaven's confirmation that you are aligned. You are not panicking about what's next because you're prepared for it. You are not rushing because you trust the timing. Heaven is responding to your stillness, saying, finally. Finally, you're not striving. Finally, you're not second-guessing. Finally, you're moving from certainty, not fear. This silence around you is not emptiness, it is authority. You no longer need to announce your arrival. Your presence carries weight. Emotional alignment has locked in the blessing. You are synchronized with what's coming, and that's why it will land smoothly, not chaotically. The tension you've been feeling is not resistance, it is expansion. You are outgrowing environments, conversations, routines, and even versions of yourself that once fit. This pressure is not a sign you're off track. It's proof that you're advancing. Capacity is stretching to hold new weight. God does not release what you cannot sustain. That's why this stage feels uncomfortable. It's transitional. Angels are not just protecting you now, they are dispatched to deliver. Connections are aligning. Appointments are being scheduled in the spirit. Encounters are approaching. This is birth pressure, not error. And once expansion completes, what follows is movement. Acceleration. Arrival. You are being positioned for encounters that change trajectory. Divine appointments are incoming, and they will confirm everything you've sensed quietly up to now. Chosen one, this is the moment where heaven settles something inside you once and for all. You are not stepping into this next level by accident, and you are not borrowing space that belongs to someone else. God created this level with you in mind. Before you ever questioned your readiness, before you ever doubted your worth, this assignment already had your name on it. There will be no shrinking back here, no false humility, no self-sabotage disguised as spirituality. You are not too much for this level, you were shaped for it. Every test you survived, every delay you endured, every season that stripped you instead of celebrating you was forming the capacity required to stand here without breaking. This is why the blessing will not become an idol in your hands. You've already lived without it. You've already learned who you are when provision was uncertain. You've already learned obedience when reward was invisible. That's why what's coming will be channeled, not clutched. Released, not worshipped. God is activating what I can only describe as a fulfillment chamber within you, a place where purpose, provision, and peace coexist without conflict. You will not feel guilty for being blessed. You will not apologize for being positioned. You will not explain your elevation to people who were never meant to understand it. This is a mantle season, not a cloud season. Attention will come, but it will not rule you. Influence will increase, but it will not define you. You are anchored now, grounded, settled. Worthiness is no longer a question mark, it is resolved. Heaven has already answered it. And because of that, you can stand tall without arrogance, move boldly without fear, and receive fully without hesitation. This level will not intimidate you. You belong here. God approved it because He trusts you with it. Chosen one, hear this clearly and let it settle deep within you. The survival chapter of your life has ended. Not paused. Not managed. Ended. The cycles that kept repeating lack, struggle, near misses, almost breakthroughs have reached their expiration point. What you are stepping into now is not temporary relief, it is permanent recalibration. Your identity is no longer wired for survival. It is wired for stewardship. And when identity shifts, cycles collapse. Poverty is not just a financial condition, it is a mindset, a frequency, a pattern passed down and reinforced over time. But that pattern no longer recognizes you. You've outgrown it. You've ascended beyond its jurisdiction. Wealth is beginning to recognize your frequency now. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to convince it. You don't have to over-explain yourself to access it. It is responding to alignment. Favor is replacing networking. Right connections are forming without effort. People who carry keys are being drawn to you instinctively. These are not random collaborations. These are prophetic partnerships. Strategic alignments designed to multiply impact, not drain energy. You will notice how easily things begin to move when you stop forcing and start flowing. That is evidence that the cycle has broken. What once required constant pushing will now respond to presence. Doors will open before you knock. Resources will appear before desperation sets in. This is not entitlement. This is inheritance. You are no longer surviving from opportunity to opportunity. You are being established in systems that sustain you. And because this shift is spiritual at its root, it cannot be reversed by external conditions. This is permanent. The old fear of what if it disappears no longer has authority over you. God is not teasing you with stability, He is anchoring you in it. What comes now will stay because it arrives aligned, clean, and protected. You are not returning to cycles you outgrew. The frequency has changed. The agreement has expired. The season has closed. Poverty does not recognize you anymore. Lack does not have access to you anymore. Survival is no longer your language. You are stepping into a level where provision responds to purpose and favor follows assignment. This cycle is broken, and it will not be rebuilt. Chosen one, this is the moment where heaven begins to bend time in your favor. What would have taken decades is now compressed into years, months, even weeks. Millions are arriving not as a reward for hustle alone, but as a seed, structure, and technology for your destiny. This is holy wealth, clean, sanctioned, and empowered to move systems, not just personal comfort. There is no spiritual debt attached. Every dollar, every resource, every blessing flowing to you is ordained and approved. It comes with divine alignment. You will not inherit regret. You will not inherit chaos. You will inherit acceleration. The flow state you are entering is rare. Doors, ideas, and opportunities now converge perfectly, responding to your presence, your frequency, and your obedience. Heaven is orchestrating networks, timing, and strategies simultaneously. What looks like luck to the world is actually precision grace, coordinated by God Himself. Your influence expands faster than your effort. Your decisions multiply impact, and your vision attracts resources. The wealth coming to you functions like fuel for kingdom-level expansion. This is not personal indulgence, it is infrastructure for generational impact. Time itself is shifting to honor divine approval. Delays that once frustrated you are now bypassed. Processes that once felt slow are now accelerated. Your mind will be able to strategize in advance because heaven has synchronized opportunity with capacity. This is not happenstance, this is holy timing. Everything coming is aligned with your assignment, your frequency, and your destiny. The millions flowing into your life are not just currency. They are confirmation that God's approval is irreversible, unstoppable, and eternal. You are not just receiving, you are being positioned to move at divine speed. The era of waiting is over. The era of acceleration has begun. The era of holy wealth, clean and purpose-filled, is now your operational reality. You are no longer subject to human pace or worldly limitation. You are moving with heaven's timing, and what God has approved will now execute without delay. Step boldly. Steward wisely. Build relentlessly. The flow has been activated, and it carries divine velocity. Chosen one, hear this and never forget it. There is no return to your old self. That life, those limitations, that identity built on struggle, compromise, and survival, it is gone. What you are stepping into is evidence-filled, impact-driven, authority-backed, and God-approved. Doors that were once closed will now open naturally. Rooms that once resisted you will now recognize you. Influence that once felt distant will now align with your presence. Wealth will not arrive as revenge, compensation, or a random favor. It will arrive as justice, stewardship, and kingdom acceleration. What comes to you is ordained, irreproachable, and irreversible. Every step you take from this point forward will carry authority. People will notice it. Systems will adjust for it. Opportunities will respond to it. Your name will be recognized in places where recognition was once impossible. Your work will now have legacy. Your actions will now have generational impact. Nothing you do in this new season will be wasted. The millions coming are more than provision. They are a mandate, a calling, a tool to execute purpose and establish destiny. You are no longer a seeker. You are no longer chasing. Alignment is doing the work for you. Heaven itself is moving on your behalf. Favor has been released. Blessing has been confirmed. Momentum is unstoppable. But remember this: the power, the wealth, the authority, it must remain tethered to intimacy with God. Stillness, prayer, alignment, and obedience are not optional. They are the channels through which all this manifestation flows. Walk close to heaven, remain sensitive to divine instruction, and let nothing distract from the mandate you've been entrusted with. This is not just your breakthrough, it is your unveiling. Your life will be a testimony, a demonstration, and a blueprint. Evidence of God's faithfulness will follow you. Authority will precede you. Favor will announce you. And the wealth that comes with this level will not corrupt you. It will carry you, sustain your purpose, and amplify your impact. Chosen one, the season has shifted. Your next level has been approved. The millions are released. The doors are open. The favor is tangible. Your destiny is now inevitable. Stand, step, receive, and build, because heaven has signed off, and what God approves cannot be stopped. This is your time. This is your era. This is your divinely orchestrated next level.